Realised it was a 24-hour place.
Yeah.
Finally, how can we find out more about visiting Romania?
How do you find out more? There's a tourist information and promotional office here in London.
Mm-hmm.
It's on 12 Harley Street, close to the Oxford Circus tube station. People can come in here and we can provide them free maps of Romania, free maps of the big cities in Romania, camping maps. We also have a lot of brochures about Romanian nature, about Romanian culture. We have brochures about the regions. We have brochures about the cities of Romania. So really, all the information you need, you can find it at the Romanian Tourist Office in London. Other than that, if you don't live in London, you can go online. We have a website called www.romania.travel, where you can find all this information in English.
Okay.
Also, we do have a Facebook page.
Facebook as well.
You can find us there as well, and you can ask questions, and we will happily answer to them.
Okay. Well, great. Thanks, Razvan. Thanks for your time.
You're very welcome. I hope I told you just a tiny bit of what Romania is all about. I'm sure when you go there, you'll discover much more things. You'll discover your favorite Romanian dish. You'll discover your favorite Romanian place to be.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Seklo Sounds is based at the Old Rectory, the home of our studio partner Interaction MK. They've been bringing arts to life in Milton Keynes for over 35 years. They use the arts to improve the life chances of disabled people and others in challenging circumstances through shared creative activity. These programs help participants to develop creative, personal and social skills. You can visit them at www.interactionmk.org.uk.
You're listening to the John Guinn Travel Show on seclosounds.org. And now, travel news. ABTA, the City of London Police and Get Safe Online have rejoined forces to warn the general public about the dangers posed by holiday booking fraud. Findings from a new report compiled by the City of London Police reveal the scale of reported crime and expose common tactics used by fraudsters who stole an estimated £2.2 million from unsuspecting holidaymakers and other travellers in 2014. According to the report, compiled by the National Fraud Intelligence Bureau section of the City of London Police, the most common type of crime involved fraudsters hacking into the accounts of owners of well-known accommodation sites or spoofing these websites with convincing bogus imitations. Disappointed holidaymakers found the villas and apartments they thought they had booked and paid for were non-existent or had never been booked. UK caravan stays were also targeted with adverts for non-existent accommodation posted on Facebook, Gumtree and Craigslist. Due to the nature of the crime, losses to the individual can be substantial, with the average loss being £889. In one single case, a member of the public lost £62,000 in a fraud relating to timeshare. Losses are not just financial, with a third of the victims saying that the fraud has had a substantial impact on their health as well as their financial well-being. 167 victims reported that the impact of the crime was so severe that they had to receive medical treatment. There are spikes of reported fraud in the summer months and in December, which paint a very clear picture of disappointed holidaymakers and ruined trips to visit loved ones for Christmas and other holidays. The age group most commonly targeted are those aged between 30 and 49, many of whom will be families. The majority of those who have been defrauded paid by methods such as bank transfer or cash with no means of getting the money back. Only a small proportion paid by credit or debit card, where there are some form of redress is available to get your money back. The 2014 report reveals that during a 12-month period, 1,569 cases of holiday booking fraud were reported to the Forces Action Fraud. The most common types relate to holiday accommodation, where fraudsters are making full use of internet to con would-be holiday makers by setting up fake websites, hacking into legitimate accounts and posting fake adverts on websites and social media. Airline tickets, where a customer believes they're booking a flight and receives a fake ticket or pays for the ticket that never turns up. Flights to West Africa are a particular target. Sports and religious trips, often an attractive target due to limited availability and consequent higher prices. The 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow and the World Cup in Brazil were targeted with numerous people having paid for non-existent accommodation or tickets. And holiday clubs, where victims are offered free holidays to entice them into attending a seminar where they were duped into buying a fraudulent timeshare. The City of London Police, ABTA and Get Safe Online have published advice on how to avoid becoming a victim of holiday fraud, and also including some top tips. Stay safe online, check that the website is legitimate. Do your research, don't just rely on one review. Look for logos, check whether the company is a member of a recognised trade body such as ABTA, and then verify with that trade body. Pay safe, well, it means never pay directly into an owner's bank account. Check paperwork, study receipts, use your instincts, and report it to Action Fraud at 0300 123 2040 or via www.actionfraud.police.uk. Something you should be aware of when you think you can get a better deal online is to make sure you're really safe. So I recommend that you do visit actionfraud.police.uk for these tips. So if you are booking online, you won't become a victim of one of these terrible frauds. You may be aware that in the USA there are some states where having marijuana is now legal, and this has produced a new type of tourists who are going there just so they can legally obtain and use marijuana. And to celebrate this, of course the cities and states seem to be cashing in, and Denver in Colorado is having a massive pot festival on the 18th and 19th of April, and companies such as Hopper.com and BookingHotels.com saying they're seeing a major increase in interest from travellers searching for flights and hotel rooms to coincide with this annual festival. It's called 420 Marijuana Celebration, which is the 420 is a long time code for marijuana users. Apparently, don't know myself, don't understand it. But I wonder when the states put this up in the legislation that it's now legal, whether they would have foreseen this coming. But Hotels.com reported a 60% jump in hotel searches for Denver based on the same weekend compared to the same weekend last year. And last year was a 73% increase on 2013, which was before the recreational marijuana stores opened. Marijuana tourists visiting Colorado quickly run into the harsh reality that there are few places where they can legally consume. Public consumption is outlawed, and many hotels also prohibit any type of smoking, and that's given a rise to a variety of companies catering for those smokers. Among them, a marijuana-friendly booking service called Bud and Breakfast, and limo services that collect visitors from the airport, take them directly to a pot shop, allowing them to smoke in the back before being delivered to their hotels. And of course, a small number of hotels and B&Bs in Colorado offer marijuana-friendly lodging, among them the First Inn of Pagosa, in the southwestern Colorado town of Pagosa Springs, which is near the Wolf Creek ski area. The Independent Hotel, about 270 miles southwest of Denver, added 420 friendly to its sign in July and seen businesses boom since then. To be honest, it's not a pastime I understand, but I wonder what would happen if other drugs were made legal around the world, what sort of impact that would have on tourism. If this is something that interests you, please let me know why. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Based on recent weeks, it seems that I wouldn't have a travel show unless I had a Ryanair story, so I'm having and finally, here's another Ryanair story. The airline has banned passengers from taking duty-free booze on board its Prestwick Ibiza flights after a spate of drunken incidents. The Even flight has become so notorious for drunken behaviour, and on one occasion in 2013 had to be diverted to Paris, with some of the 14 male passengers offloaded reportedly so drunk that they thought they had arrived in Ibiza. The flight is currently the only one where the rule is being enforced. Passengers will be searched at the boarding gate, and any duty-free items will be placed in the hold. A memo to passengers warns customers attempting to conceal alcohol will be denied travel without refund or compensation. It does sound like that flight could be a bit of a nightmare on some weekends. Not one I fancy, I have to say. Have you been on that flight? Have you flown from Prestwick to Ibiza on a Friday evening? How bad was it? Let us know. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. And this is the end of the travel news. We've reached the end of another travel show. I hope you found the information on Romania interesting. As I always say when I speak about a country at the end of my show, it's another one on my list. I've chatted to a few Romanians at my part-time job at the airport, and I've had a good laugh between us, so it looks like a great place to go to. As I mentioned in the last news story, if you've been on that Prestwick Ibiza flight and it's been really rowdy, how did you feel? Did you feel safe? Do you think the alcohol ban is a good idea? Have you flown from other airports to somewhere and everyone's been drunk and rowdy? How did you feel on that one? Do you think alcohol should be banned on all flights? Let me know. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. And of course, if you're one of these marijuana tourists, I'd like to know more. I'd like to know what the interest is. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. I do hope you can join me next time on the Travel Show with John Guinn on seclosounds.org, where each week I'm checking it out before you check in.
Rome if you want.
MK Pulse proudly sponsors Seclo Sounds. MK Pulse is Milton Keynes' local magazine, bringing helpful information on food, health, fashion, money, travel, culture and much more to 84,000 people every month. Plus news, views and what's on from around the city. If it's happening in Milton Keynes, it's in MK Pulse and it's available online at www.mkpulse.co.uk. MK Pulse and Seclo Sounds, the heart and soul of the city.